When you was a girl, you did what?
I picked cotton. Sure. I worked every day.
Tell Bubbo about that, about working every day.
How old were you when you started that?
When I picked cotton,
Yes, ma'am.
possibly 10 or 12 started. Well, now, like when, as I say, my first job when I was a girl was to pick the bugs off of the iced potato plants. Me and Marie and Bessie.
Is that your sister?
You know, with a big family, you'd have almost an acre of those. Because we grew everything we ate, you might say. And my dad was a great provider. And he'd buy bananas by the whole stalk and hang them in the cellar. And we had all kinds of fruit trees and everything. And about an acre and a half of strawberries. And we had fields of stuff. And all the beans and potatoes and okra and tomatoes, acres of tomatoes. Because my mother canned. You didn't freeze back then, you canned. And that was all your winter food for soups and what have you. And the potatoes, sweet potatoes, were kept in the field until they went through that process of heat and everything to preserve them for the winter months. And then you put them down in that cellar on a mat up off the floor, about 4 or 5 inches. And we'd have bushels of them, of sweet potatoes, piled maybe 4 feet high. Well, that was our winter food. You come in from school, and my mother would have baked a pan full of potatoes, and they was up in the warming closet. That's the first place you went. And it was just a way of life. But we grew everything. And nothing's any better than just going out and gathering it. But I know how to work in the field. I know how to chop, cotton, hoe it, clean it out and everything. After the plows go through, then you clean around each plant of cotton. And you lay by in July. And then you start picking cotton, in August and September.
When it's nice and warm outside.
It's scorching outside.
I tell you, it's alive. But you didn't know nothing but that. And you pick your fingernails, those burrs, cotton burrs, it's a little cluster. And sometimes if the bulbs have turned out right and bursted in the sun, that was all fluff. And you put your fingers in there to pull out that fluff. Sometimes you'd miss and hit that burr. And that wasn't very pleasant. You learn how to do it quickly. So, and you put it in a sack, and it was behind you. And then my dad would come with a 2-horse wagon at the end of the day and weigh the cotton, and we got paid for what we picked,
Oh, okay.
And he'd weigh it and put it on that wagon, and you bring it to the house and put it away.
Now, would you make your own clothes with that, or would you sell it?
What?
The cotton.
Oh, you sold it, by bales.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd sell that.
Billy, people would pay for that. People would pay for that.
I know it.
But that was back when.
Yeah. Hey, Amby, where's Rachel?
Wherever Rachel goes.